Hello, strong people. Week 1, day 4 of the Iron Grizzly. I finally looked up the name of the show, by the way, the full name. It's Iron Grizzly Classic. So, week 1, day 4 of prep for the Iron Grizzly Classic. We are looking at, it's event day, my first true event day in a long time. So, we got, also then I'm back to the normal training routine. I say normal as in my prep routine. Monday's main press, Wednesday deadlifts, even though this week was a little bit different just because of being sick last week. But Monday is going to be main press, Wednesday is going to be deadlifts, Thursday, secondary press, and then usually Saturday is going to be the moving event leg day. So that's what we got today. It's we got some bag toss to start. So yeah, bag toss to start. It's 35 pounds to I think sets of 5. And then I think there's some other warm-up in there. But I got high box, deadlift stance, SSB box squats. That's a lot of words. And it says I think it's with bands. So it says DE with bands. I don't know what exactly DE means, and I forgot to ask. So I'm just going to put bands on. What else? There's some sort of split squat in there with the band or with the SSB. And then I don't remember the order, but I think it's frame as in wheelbarrow, because it's a wheelbarrow at the show, but obviously I don't have a wheelbarrow here. And so it's going to be frame. I have my Bartos Farmers I'm excited to use. And I have the frame attachments that I can use to make them a frame. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then a yoke. 40 feet, I think. And those are both timed maxes, a 7-second max or whatever for 40 feet, 50 feet, whatever it is. And then we have some sandbag loads. Pretty light today on sandbags. I think it says 150. So I don't have a 150 bag, but I'm gonna have to try to, might have to take my really light one here, wherever it is, and throw some more weight in it. So we'll see. But some other big news. Let's see. What was I going to say? I moved my phone to my other hand. I was making sure I didn't touch anything. Today was, or I should say last night was my second night using my CPAP. I finally got a CPAP because I have sleep apnea apparently. And it's life-changing. It makes me wonder how long I've been sleeping absolute garbage. I woke up yesterday and today both. Yesterday I actually woke up when my alarm went off for work. I didn't hit snooze. I think I hit snooze once just because I didn't need to be up that early. But I got up half hour early, went to work early. Didn't feel tired midday. It was weird. And today I got up 7.5 hours of sleep. I woke up and I was I could have been out in the gym in 15 minutes if I needed to and warming up, ready to go. I felt great right away. And now here it is, it's 4 o'clock. Now we went to get some sushi and stuff for lunch today at noon, 12:30. They got lunch specials. Great deal. But, normally after that and hit 2 p.m. hits and I'm just I want to take a nap on a Saturday. Really bad. But I didn't feel the need to, I was going to go to sleep at all. I was a little bit just kind of chilling on the couch for a little bit, letting the food digest, but I didn't feel the need to, usually any other Saturday, I'm just passed out at 2 if I can be. But I didn't feel that way at all, and I actually have a lot of energy right now. It's crazy how much different I feel just after 2 days of sleeping well. So I'm excited to see how this overall health obviously is a concern. So improved sleep improves life in every aspect. Also in the gym world, sleep is the number one thing to recover. So if I'm sleeping a lot better, I'm recovering a lot better. So I'm excited to see what benefits I can get from that. So, all right, that's enough talking. I'm going to get the sandbag toss thing set up, and then we'll get the day going. I'm excited. I'm really excited for the upcoming training session. So let's get to it. All right, so finished up sandbags. Those went well. I can definitely tell a difference whenever I'm throwing off the gravel versus the plywood I set down. Whenever I'm on gravel, I can't get the full extension, it feels like. So, like I'm pushing, but it's messing with my release point. I'm throwing more distance than I am up. Whenever I'm throwing off the plywood, I'm getting up, and the bags are landing just over the bar, right in like a perfect position to throw again. So it's not like a technique thing, it's just the surface I'm throwing on. It's a lot easier on, concrete or something stable, so adding that plywood helps a little bit. So I'm very happy with that. Those went all very well. It feels like I never really stopped doing it. Something I'm really gonna start doing, I want more quad power. I want more quad explosiveness. So like I'm doing my warm-ups like programmed, but I'm focusing more on just power through the quad, explosive, something to light up the quad to make me, I don't know, more explosive. Because my quads just don't feel overly active in a lot of these movements. They just don't. My squats are always very hip dominant. That's why when you saw me back squatting there a few weeks back, a month, whatever it was, my hips shoot back, because that's there. Whenever you're moving a weight, your body is going to naturally go towards the stronger part of your body. It's going to shy away from the weaker muscles and automatically use the stronger ones. So whenever I come out of the hole and my hips shoot back, my body is just naturally wanting to go to my hips and glutes because they're stronger. Quads, it's not there. So I'm using this as kind of like an experimental show in a way. I only have like 5 weeks to it or 6 weeks, whatever, but my leg accessories, squats, whatever, I want to use squat shoes. I originally stopped using them because I wanted to better my ankle mobility. So by not using those, I kind of forced myself to have better ankle mobility. And it may have worked, they don't feel as immobile, I guess. But I just don't think I'm getting the drive through the quads like I need to, because a lot of the time, so like in press away events, my quads get tired, or log clean and press, my quads, if it's a weight where I can press out for quite a few reps overhead, but it's clean and press each rep, my quads give out of me on the cleans eventually. They get tired. They don't have the pop. And that affects my press, of course, because I'm using, quads, glutes, everything in the push press. So I want more explosiveness, but I also need to build up, quads that can go for more than like 5 reps. So, but that's what high rep squats are for. I think today's gonna suck. It's like 6 sets of 5 with bands, but like 30 seconds rest in between. So I don't even know what weight to go with there. I don't know. I have something to do before that, but I'm going to get that done, and then we'll move on to squats. I may record the whole thing of squats. I probably will, just because. So let's move on to the next thing. All right. So 6 sets of 5, 30 seconds rest, 30 total reps. This is going to suck. I have no idea if this is the right weight choice for this. I don't know if it's too light, too heavy. It's supposed to be speed work, but I don't know. So all I know is I hope my legs are good enough after this to be able to do the rest of my workout. So this is going to suck. Keeping track of all 6 sets is going to suck too. And I'm not really keeping track of 30 seconds. I don't have like a gym clock or anything, so I'm just gonna do my best guess here. The Olympic City Pro-Am is going on. That show I did last year in Colorado, that's going on live right now. So I'm watching the live stream in between warm-ups and exercises here. So looks like a good show. All right. These regular old clips suck. I usually use the Pro Lock ones, but I didn't. That's okay. That sounds great. I love that. That's not sarcasm. The sound of that, music to my ears. The first event at the Olympic City Pro-Am going on right now is the 310 log for reps, which is very light for a Pro-Am. But it's like 6,000 feet elevation or more. That's tough to do a rep out event like that. Plus, the log itself isn't great. I don't know if I mentioned it last year, but I'll continue after the set. Halfway done. But that log they used last year, because it was a 330, 375, I think, and then 400-pound log ladder. I got to that 400, and that thing was imbalanced. That left side's way heavier. And it's noticeable in the live stream, and one of the commentators mentioned it, so I'm not crazy. But having an imbalanced log, that's part of the game sometimes. You know, strongman logs, especially homemade like that, it's hard to get them right. That's why Slater, Steve Slater, the guy who makes all the wooden logs for like strongman, the world's strongest man, whatever, dude's a pro. That's why nobody does it like him. So it's a hard thing to get right. And it's not a bad log. It's just when something's that long, like 8 feet long, and one of the ends is heavier than the other, it's exacerbated. It's that much further out, so it's that much harder to control. It's like if you balanced an egg on a spoon, that's a regular spoon, it's right here, it's pretty easy to do. If you have a 2 foot long spoon and you got that weight on the end, it feels a lot heavier, a lot harder to control. How do you like that comparison on the spot? That's a good one. All right, set 4. That wasn't much of a pause. I also may have done a different rep there. Or an extra rep, not a different rep. I picked a good weight. I could go heavier, but I don't. There's no need to yet. I'm supposed to add weight to this every week. And it's dynamic work, speed work, so I don't want it to be too heavy. This is actually Just about perfect. 2 more, right? 2 more. I'm not talking, there's nobody else in here, I'm just talking to you guys. All right. I'm really trying to press with my toes to get the quads involved. And my body, I'm trying to sit more down than back and down to emphasize the quads. And it feels like it's working. I can feel my glutes, hips wanting to take over a little bit, but I think I'm doing what I intended to do. So finish strong here last set, and we'll move on to probably the more fun stuff, I'd say. Feels like my upper back needs to crack. Oh, and something else with the pro I'm going on today. The lockouts are they're strict judging, which it should be. But part of the issue is the log is heavier on the left side, so it's harder to lock out that side. So the lockout takes longer to do, harder to stabilize. It makes it harder to get a down call. You have to wait longer to hold it longer. But that's still part of the game. It's just something you got to think about. That wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but all right. Whew, now that I've taken a few minutes to relax after that, that went really good. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, I don't have much else to say other than that's the happiest I've been squatting in a while. I felt like I got more into it, intense each set. As I gained more confidence I had picked the right weight. So I don't have much else to say about that. Yeah. So I have some like pin swings and like split squats after that. We'll get those done and then move on to the fun stuff. So I'm not going to record that stuff. I'm going to do the events. So first thing, I did forget something earlier. I forgot to mention it earlier. I didn't forget to do it. Frames first. So 7-second, 50 foot max, or as close as I can get to 50 feet. Like this building's 50 feet long, so from end to end, technically the front, it's going to be slightly short of 50 feet. So that's just how it goes. But I honestly have no idea what weight I'm going to be up to because I haven't done like a whole ton of grip training. I've had very good experiences with frame in the past. I won the last 2 frames I've done. Yeah, going back to regionals last year, and then both regionals, I guess. Battle at the Bridge, I won the frame. That was a yoke into frame. And then I won the 750 frame for 50 feet at OSG regionals. So I did that in like barely over 9 seconds, that's very fast for me. I'm amazed. It helps that I was going. Did I go last on that event? No, I don't think I. No, maybe I did. No, I don't think I did. I don't know anymore. Whatever it was, I knew that there were like 3 or 4 good runs in front of me, like barely over 9 seconds. So that helped me. That was pretty good motivation to just sprint, hope, just go. So I have no idea what I'm going to get today. It's also tough to get a good idea because the event itself is a wheelbarrow, which it's hard to say. And I don't think this is like a 2 wheels in front thing. I think this is like a 1 wheel in front, which is going to be harder just because you got to balance it too. So I've never done that before, so that could be interesting. That's enough talk. Let's just get this set up and well, oh no, I got to do the split squats and stuff first. All right, let's get the annoying stuff out of the way and then move on to the frame. So we'll check in a All right. That was bad. That was really bad. I mean, it's probably my own. I don't know. Should I have warmed up more for that? Probably. But that's still a weight that I need to do no matter what. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. I just hope that it's me not doing much grip stuff for the last so many months, and not that weird nerve thing I felt like I had going on for OSG Regional that just happened to. I put a lot of work into prepping my arms and hands for that frame that day. But leading into that, it's like my left hand wasn't working. Sandbags, whatever, it was all. And nothing felt good leading up to that show. So I just hope it's not that coming back, not like some nerve issue. It just, I don't know. I think I'll know more next week once I do more farmers, but that was, so I way overshot what I needed to do. It should have been a 7-second max. It took me like 7-8 seconds to just get to that point there, which was like 15 feet short. That was bad. That was bad all around. I can't stand failing something I've done before. Now I understand if you don't do something for a little while, it kind of goes away. It's not going to be what it was. So I'm hoping over the coming weeks it's going to get better naturally. As I prep, my body gets used to that doing it again. I don't like that. But it is what it is. It happens. So we'll do better next week. I don't think it has anything. I'm not going to blame the equipment or anything. I don't think it has anything to do with the handles being slick or whatever. I don't. Yeah. My left hand just didn't want to grip the bar the whole way. So we'll see what happens after that. But now I got to set up sled pole. Or arm over arm, whatever you want to call it. So, I've never done that in here. I got to figure out what I want to do, but I'm going to go get that set up and we'll do some runs. All right. So finished up sled drag, or arm over arm, I think is probably the correct word. This workout's taking forever. Set up the sandbag, set up the squat, set up the whatever was after that, then the frame, and then the sled drag, and then the yoke is next, and then the sandbags. Oh my God. But I still feel so fresh. I've been out here forever, and I feel like I could keep going for the next 3 hours if I had to. I don't want to, but I don't feel tired in the slightest, which is insane for an event day. This is wild. But I was super nitpicky. So, arm over arm is not a good event for me historically. I have not done it that many times, but I've not done well at it in the times I have done it. So this is a local show, of course, so not quite, and this isn't me like talking bad on the other competitors. It's just, I did OSG regionals, then OSG, like those are, top level shows, OSG specifically. And I feel like my sled drag is probably barely good enough to hang at local shows, maybe. I don't know because I haven't done it in forever, but it's just, you go off of your last result a lot of the time. So the last result I did on this kind of thing was it 2022 or 23 Nats? No, it was my first national. It was 2022. Just, I don't know what I did, but it wasn't good. And so I'm hypercritical of this event because it's giving me an opportunity to train it and prepare for bigger shows later in the year that may have it. I don't know for sure. I have zero idea, but this is one of those events that I've just not done well at, so I need to get better at. So it's an opportunity. The tough part about this is it's going to be a frame into the rope pole, I believe, which sucks. But whatever. But each set got, I don't want to say better, but I learned something each set. And that last set there, by far better. What I realized after those first few was I was not reaching nearly as far forward, this isn't necessarily 100%, always the case, but the less pulls you do, the faster you're probably going to finish. Meaning, if you take 20 pulls on that rope to get it to the end of the line versus 15, you've made 5 less repetitions in a way. So unless you're just very slow transitioning, whoever pulls it in the least amount of reps should win. So that last set there, and this is very light. It's supposed to be light because speed, in my opinion, is harder than when this is heavy. Because speed, everybody can move it quick, but you got to be able to move it quicker. So transitions, the pulling the rope the right way, grabbing it the right spot. My legs were not in it that well, but I really wanted to get the hand transitions down because that's what I feel like I've been slow at before. So just going with the flow, pull, re-grab, just like a well-oiled machine. And that last set, it clicked. I grabbed farther up. Still not as far up as I would like, but if I reach too far, I risk throwing the rope out of the way, whatever else. So that last set was much better. I'm just very happy with that last one. So I'm going to move on to, I think yoke is next, and then we'll finish with sandbag over, I think it's just sandbag loads. So still got some stuff to do. Let's move on. All right, so yoke is done. I still feel great. I don't understand. I should not have this much energy. I know you might be tired of hearing it already just because I've been talking about it a lot this video, but I have not felt like this in years. It's insane how much I just don't feel tired. It's like 8:30. I've been out here for like 4 hours. I feel great. It's insane. I hope this is a good indicator of how things are moving, like with how prep's going to be. If I feel like this all the time, then I'm excited. Yoke felt pretty good. That was 8:35. It'll say it on the screen, but a little slow, especially because we're doing 40 feet. Like I now, yoke I seem to be able to pick up and just do again without much problem. Grip, not quite the same. So I don't want to talk too long here because I've been out here forever. And I still have like a couple more things I got to do. But yoke at 8:35, 40 feet. That's a good start. The yoke is, what is it? I guess it is a pretty heavy yoke at the show. It's like 8:20, but for only like 20 feet there, which is kind of weird. So I need to, off the starting line, I need to go. Because 20 feet is not very far to go. And of course it's going to be heavier, but I just got to pick and go. I'll be more well adjusted to that weight on my back in the coming weeks, so picking won't be much of an issue, but I need to motor with that. Because my buddy, he's going to be tough to beat, of course. Especially on yoke. He's really, really good at yoke. In 20 feet, that's going to be a good sprint. I don't know. I hope I can get him, but we'll find out. He's beaten me in a couple yokes, but I've beaten him back and forth, but this one, it's going to be tough. He's a lot better at very heavy yokes, generally speaking, I think. He's done way heavier than I've done. I don't have that same capacity yet. This one's kind of in the middle, so we'll see. I don't know what to expect for this one. And I don't want to say it's just me and him. There's 20 feet, anything can happen in that short of a distance on yoke. So I got to be ready, but I don't want to talk anymore. Oh my God, I've already talked for 3 minutes. All right, let's move on to sandbags. Really cool. All right. Oh God. Thought that was it there for a second. That was a very, very long training session. Also, I don't even remember what I talked about last. Yeah, sandbag loads over there. It was very light. It was supposed to be 150. I don't know what that bag weighs. It's 100, 120, somewhere in there. So I loaded it a little bit higher. 10 reps wasn't too much of a challenge. But what I did notice is that those 10 reps still took me, 50 seconds, a minute, something like that. So if I take that long to load that many times, now of course, I'm assuming it will not be the same setup. And what I mean by that, it can't be. So like the way I'm going under the yoke, turning around, resetting, picking under the yoke, that's obviously cutting into my time. So the way this is going to be set up at the show, I'm assuming it's going to be side by side by side by side. So you can go faster from one to the next. So, but if it takes 50 seconds to a minute to load 10 of the super light bags, this is going to be a very tough event. With the last bag being 350, it's going to be a challenge. And then to cap it off, I actually messaged my coach during the workout, told him that I failed the frame run. And I was like, I'm embarrassed. And he's like, fatigue? CNS fatigue? Are you tired? Or is it your grip sucks? And I was like, I feel great. I think it's grip sucks. So he threw in some other stuff the coming weeks, like a max hold or something at the end. But he also had body weight hangs. So I did those, and those felt fine. Like I felt like I could have hung there forever. Not necessarily like it hurts to do that, and the bar's cold, so I didn't want to do that. But grip on that felt fine. I felt locked in. So it's weird. It was completely different than the frame. So the frame, I'm thinking maybe I wasn't warmed up right, or maybe the handles are slippery because they're kind of rusty. It's weird. Usually rust makes things, a little bit tacky, but maybe they're slicker than I thought. Maybe I don't know. Because they do feel different than the normal Bartos ones I use. So, because the ones down at 580, they're very nice to grab. They're not. It's kind of like a powder coat, is what it feels like. So there's some tack to them. Mine don't really feel that way. Maybe it is them, but that's not going to stop me from training grip really hard. I'm not going to use the equipment as an excuse for bad grip because I need better grip anyway. It's just not that good. A lot of the time, my grip events, like if it's a frame or farmers, I'm trying to outrun my grip basically. So I don't want to be holding on to it as long as other people. When it comes to like other grip events, like a frame hold, farmer's hold, whatever it might be, I don't think I'd be as good at those ones. So I want to train grip anyway. But I'm going to call it there because I've been here forever. I was watching the Pro-Am too, in between, during, whatever. And there's a tie for first right now, so I want to get back and watch that. So they just finished the final event. Two people, McGuire and Allen, are tied for first place with like 99 points. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I want to go watch it. So until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.